Are hungry? Come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant, located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx. We specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu. 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
Can I say good evening? Should I say good evening? May I say good evening? Yes, I should say good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening. I am your host, producer, and presenter, Lady D, Denise Gomez. Welcome to Inside the Zone with Lady D, the community platform where information is guaranteed. Hashtag host Lady D, hashtag ITC Radio, hashtag ITC Community Life. Email me at insidethezone@gmail.com. Log on to my Facebook page, Lady D Denise Gomez, and my Inside the Zone Facebook page, Inside the Zone with Lady D Denise Gomez. Hashtag Instagram. Hello, everyone. What have you done lately? What did you do today? Welcome to Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Inspirational Zone, New Zone, Music Zone, and today is Gospel Thursday. Center Stage is a platform where voices are heard and people connect. And I'm connecting with you, so I invite you to share my YouTube channel page, Inside the Zone, live stream. And you will be able to watch this evening's broadcast and all the broadcasts in my archive. Very special good afternoon to Linkage Radio 107.5, 104.5 FM, the radio audience, Inside the Zone YouTube channel, Spice International Gospel Network, Sign FM 88.9, and Touch FM Radio 90.1. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx, and Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road. It's a good day to be alive, wouldn't you say? I don't know about you, but I am grateful for today and this very moment in time. What do I have in store for you today? Inspirational Zone. We get our praise on this evening with Mavia Providence. Hear my cry, oh God. New Zone, delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of the PBCJ. Gospel right throughout the show this evening. At 6:45 p.m., the role of curry powder in Jamaican cuisine. Fast facts on things Jamaica. At 7 o'clock, I have my news pick of the week. Passenger dies in airport immigration hall. I ask the question, are you prepared to travel? What are your fares? And more headlines for you. At 7:30 p.m., what's happening? Interview with Minister Carleen Davis from Jamaica. She has exciting news of her scheduled release, You've Got a Friend, for tomorrow, June 19. She joins me live. Welcome everyone to the show. I hope that you are ready to go. Are you sitting down, standing up, walking around, driving, doing something productive? Are you planning on getting back in the full swing of things and saying, boy, New York opening up? And by the end of the month, pretty much we should be, fully transitioned into somewhat of a normal way of life, not altogether. In terms of being out and about, remember to watch it, take care of yourselves while you're out there, because you never know how you will have yourselves so exposed. It is now time for Inspirational Zone. We get our praise on this evening. Hear my cry. Do you have a cry? Do you have something you need to cry out for, to praise God for, to have someone stand in agreement with you for? Let's get our praise on this evening. Welcome to Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228.
From the end of the earth will I cry strong tower from the enemy. When my heart is overwhelmed, lead me to the rock that is higher than I. Glory! That is higher than I. For thou hast been a shelter. Glory to God. A shelter. How many of you know what I'm talking about? And a strong tower. From the enemy. When my heart is overwhelmed. When my heart is overwhelmed. Lead me to the rock that is higher than I. That is higher than I.
What a way to start off. Gospel Thursday inside the zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. Hear My Cry, Oh God by Marvia Providence. Good evening, everyone. Please let someone know inside the zone. Share, let them know. Inside the Zone is on YouTube channel, Inside the Zone live stream. Catch me there from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. on Thursdays for Center Stage and on Mondays with the Monday Drive from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. This is Linkage Radio, 104.5, 101.7. Streaming with me this evening, Sign FM 88.9 and Touch FM Radio 90.1. Our telephone number is 914-600-4228. Time Signal brought to you by Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road in the Bronx. Powered by Uber Eats. Open Monday to Thursday, 6 a.m. to 11 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 6 a.m. to 2 a.m. 3762 Boston Road. Place your order today. Your Rasta Pasta, 347-947-9200. It is now time for News Zone, a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of PBCJ in Jamaica.
It's Wednesday, June 17. This is the news on PBCJ. I'm Carol Francis. Jamaica recorded no new COVID-19 cases on Tuesday. As of Wednesday morning, the total number of confirmed cases for the island remains at 621. At the same time, 19 more patients have recovered and one have been released from care. This brings the total number of recoveries to 449. The island's recovery rate is now 72.3%. There are 120 imported cases with 219 cases that are contacts of confirmed cases. 39 local transmission cases not epidemiologically linked. 236 cases related to a workplace cluster and 7 cases under investigation. Jamaica has received $262 million in grant aid from Japan to purchase much-needed medical equipment and supplies in response to the coronavirus COVID-19 pandemic. Items to be purchased include bedside X-ray machines and monitors, X-ray protection screens and aprons, ultrasound scanners, and defibrillators. The grant is being provided through the Japanese government's Economic and Social Development Program. Minister of Finance and the Public Service, Dr. Nigel Clark, and Japan's ambassador to Jamaica, His Excellency Hiromasa Yamakaze, signed documents formalizing the arrangement. Dr. Clark says the grant will enable the government through the Ministry of Health and Wellness to improve its capacity to manage the COVID-19 caseloads on the island. Parliamentarians clashed in the House of Representatives on Tuesday over the recently declared state of emergency for the Kingston Central and Western Kingston. Here are the details.
The government brought before the House an extension for the zones of special operation for Mount Salem in Montego Bay and Denham Town in Kingston. Opposition members used the opportunity of the debate to poke holes in the recently declared state of public emergency, SOE, in the Kingston Western and Kingston Central police divisions. Leading the charge was Central Manchester Member of Parliament Peter Bunting.
The minister and the government can continue to gaslight the public with the frequent declarations about the serial and routine use of states of emergency as a crime-fighting tool, being this unmitigated success. In fact, the policy has been a colossal failure. After 3 successive years of the extensive use of states of emergency and the consequent huge diversion of resources away from ZOSAs, among other things, the annual number of murders has been much higher in each of these years of the state of emergency than in any single year between 2011 and 2015, when there were no states of emergency. How on earth can that be described as a success?
For his part, National Security Minister Dr. Horace Chang touted both ZOSOs and the SOEs as necessary planks in the security forces' overall strategy to combat crime.
So there's a shift in operations. The funding have not allowed us to spread as rapid as we should, but again, it's a step-by-step process. We too, the government accepts that we need to move faster. The intervention of the pandemic this year has slowed things a little bit, but we are following the path, we're not deviating, and we are not diluting the zones of special operations. More will be introduced with full, as they're saying, it's with full 100, as was done in Mount Salem and in Denham Town, and other activities, however, are being oriented to ensure that even before we get in the community with the full ZOSO, there'll be a different operation between the security forces and the intervention program that we're looking at, and we expect to be able to show it off.
For the news on PBCJ, I'm Gabrielle Thompson.
The Auditor General Pamela Monroe Ellis and her team have not been able to find computer equipment worth $10.6 million at the Caribbean Maritime University. The matter was brought up at the Tuesday's meeting of the Public Accounts Committee. The committee also questioned the hiring of a logistics company to supply the devices. Marlon Samuels has that story.
The committee wants the CMU's Information Technology Department to appear and answer questions about the university's deal with logistics outfit ITZ Shipped 24/7. The company is reportedly not registered with the National Contracts Commission.
Is there anybody here from the IT department?
No, not at this moment.
Why was CMU buying computers from Logistics Company 2 and buying software licenses from Logistics Company 2 from a company called, what's the name? ITZ Ship 24/7 Limited. Why were they buying computers at these very high prices? I mean, bizarrely high prices, and some software licensing from this company. Why was it done that way, Prof?
Maybe I just reflect back to my responses to the previous questions. I never had responsibility for IT. This is something that we have to investigate. We have a vice president in charge of IT and technology advancement.
Is there anyone here from IT?
Nobody here is from
Nobody
IT.
here.
Nobody.
Is the person who was the head of the IT faculty or department or whatever it is, that vice president, was that person here at the time when these purchases were being made?
2018, yes. Yeah.
We would like that person to come to the committee.
The findings of the Auditor General's special report on the CMU show for the period 2016-2017 to 2018-2019, there was no proper recording of the inventory for the multi-million-dollar payout to the corporate area-based logistics company.
This aspect of the audit, I would say, evolved. So What came to the attention of the auditors, my understanding initially, was the MacBook Pro. And that would have been brought to CMU's attention. But arising from that, the audit, that aspect, the scope was expanded. And so there are other elements that came to our attention. We did not go in search to find those computers because the information would not have been there for us to validate the specific existence. So it is for that reason why it is being said that we requested for. But the report then, the updated report, would have provided a longer list to say, look, we are unable to verify these.
The purchase included 15 laptops and 2 tablets, among other computer equipment. According to the report, some of the expenditures included 4 MacBook Pro devices, valued at over $500,000 each. I am Marlon Samuels, reporting for the news on PBCJ.
That was a delayed broadcast of the news courtesy of PBCJ, live from Jamaica. Good evening, everyone. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. It's Center Stage this evening, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Stay with me. I have a word from my sponsor.
When you are hungry, come to Cooler Runnings Restaurant. Located at 1802 Nerid Avenue, corner of Wickham Avenue in the Bronx, we specialize in the best Jamaican and American cuisine, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner. We are open 24 hours, 7 days a week. We offer free in-house delivery, minimum $20 purchase, and we also have Uber Eats. We do barbecue Thursdays, fish fry Fridays, and seafood Saturdays. For more information, give us a call for our address and menu, 718-324-7484. Once again, that's 718-324-7484. Cooler Runnings Restaurant, simply the best Jamaican food.
At 7:30 p.m., that is 6:30 or Jamaica time, Minister Carleen Davis from Jamaica has exciting news live to share with us this evening on her upcoming release. Tomorrow, June 19th, You've Got a Friend. It is Gospel Thursday. Gospel Thursday, everyone. And I am hoping that your Thursday is going well and that you met someone new, you spoke to somebody. And might I just say happy birthday to you. Happy wedding anniversary. Somebody's in love. Love is all over the place. And a baby was born today. You met someone new today. And something good happened. If you want to share that with me, you know where to call. 914-600-4228. Let's get our Gospel Thursday on.
I've seen the light, it shines so bright. I've seen it. I've seen the light. I wonder, would I ever make it through? I pray to God and ask, what else can I do? But when I realize the requirement of faith, it takes a lifetime to learn and understand. And sometimes it seems like this world is closing on me, and there's no way of breaking free. Then I see you reach for me. And there are times I wonder if I'm on the right path. When doubt cometh my way, Lord, you'll never let me stray. Now I see that light, it shines so bright. My God is everything. Now I see that light, a ray of hope. My God will never fail. I pray to God and ask, what can I do? But when I realize the requirement of faith, it takes a lifetime to learn and understand. And sometimes it seems like this world is closing on me, and there's no way of breaking free. Then I see you reach for me. And there are times I wonder if I'm all alone, but my God always with me. Now I see that light, it shines so bright. My God is everything. Yes, now I see that light, a ray of hope. My God will never fail me. I've seen the light. I've seen the light. So bright. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen the light. It shines so bright. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen the light. I've seen the light. So bright. A ray of hope. I've seen it. I've seen the light. I've seen the light. I've seen it. I've seen it. I've seen it. See the light. It shines so bright. So bright. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen the light.
6:41 p.m. It is Gospel Thursday on Center Stage, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Guess who that was? Brother George with Divine Light. And someone in my YouTube channel asked the question, and yes, it's Brother George. So I hope you enjoyed that one. I have been filtering his tracks in between my shows every chance I get. So I'd like to say hey to you, Brother George. Good job. We love it. Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7, Sun FM 88.9. Want to say hello to you. Want to say hi to a friend of mine who I know long time. Hey, Cammie, says it's the first time joining me. I don't know why, but anyway, I forgive you. So I want to say thank you for joining me on my YouTube channel. For those of you who are out and about and you have no time to listen to the radio dial, YouTube Inside the Zone live stream. That's all you need to do. Want to say hi to Orge. Orge asked for her special selection here, which I have. Jermaine Gordon's You Are God. And I have that for you right now, Audrey as promised. If you'd like to call me here, 914-600-4228. That's 914-600-4228. It's 6:42 p.m. And I'd like to let you know that at 7:30 this evening, I will be interviewing Minister Carleen Davis. That's Tommy Cowan's wife. And we will be talking about the release of You've Got a Friend that's coming up tomorrow. So you'll be hearing Carleen Davis's voice. You'll be hearing You've Got a Friend and more. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. It's a good day, wouldn't you say? Pat yourselves on the shoulder or slap some color in your cheeks. You can hear me doing mine, right? Doing a little facial right now. Slap some color in your cheeks and say, God has my back. This is for you, Audrey.
Within me, I declare your glory. You are God, holy and righteous. You are God. You are God. You are is Lord.
6:45 p.m. time signal brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx.
You are Lord. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And forever, He's our reigning King. Yes, He reigns. Yes, He reigns. Yes, He reigns. Holy and righteous. He's our holy God. And He reigns forever. Yes, He reigns. Reign. For He's a God who reigns forever. Yes, He reigns. Yeah. Holy and righteous. He's our reigning King. Oh, He's our reigning King. Reigning King. Right now, God, we declare your majesty in this place. We declare your glory. We declare that there is none like unto thee, God. We enthrone you with our praises. We lift our voices and we say, hallelujah, for you are God. You are Lord, and you reign forever and ever. You inhabit the praises of your people. We give you unreserved praise. We say, you are Lord. You are Lord. You are Lord. Yes, you are Lord. Holy and righteous. Hallelujah. Oh, we declare that you are Lord. You are Lord. You are Lord. And there is none like unto thee, God. You are Lord. You are Lord. And Lord, we surrender to you. You're holy, holy and righteous. Oh, you are Lord. You are Lord. With every part of us, we declare that you are God. Holy and righteous. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Our God. And you are God.
Yeah, that's the voice of Jermaine Gordon. Can I tell you something? That I've known Jermaine a long time. We went to the same body, not the same branch, but the same body of a church, that is. Church of God of Prophecy. And Jermaine actually came out with this song several years ago, and I would play it on my show. I played and I played. But I tell you something, no matter how a person will air your songs for you, right? You say, boy, Lady D, or some other radio announcer or a DJ, and they say, play my song. You can play the song all the time. But until you start to really make yourself visible, somebody will see you, somebody will hear you. And that's what he did. He shifted around his entire marketing scope. And all of a sudden, the song just blew up. You would think he just did it, but no. He has had this song for some time, and it's such a powerful, powerful song. So I'm so glad you requested that song this evening, Oj, and I hope your heart was blessed. It's Gospel Thursday. Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. Want to touch base with those of you who have stopped by the YouTube channel. Want to say hi to my good friend who always come on first, Pat. Hey, Pat. Want to say hi to Pat. Want to say hi to Sharon Campbell, Cammy, a.k.a. Cammy. Want to say hi to Oj and to Chris Welby. Did anybody know that Chris and I were doing selfie live on the show on Monday? Lord have mercy. But that's how you do. You make it fun, right? We were having a selfie moment on Monday, and then we posted it on our respective pages. So that was funny. Want to say hi to you. 10 minutes now to 7 o'clock. Where am I taking you? I'm taking you to my yard, to Jamaica. Got fast facts for you. The role of curry powder in Jamaican cuisine. At 7 o'clock, I do have my take for the week on news picks. So those of you who want to chime in once I present the news feature, you can do so. What a mix-up with the president in the DACA scenario. And he's, as always, tweeting out, pleading and begging for help. Have mercy. Anyway, we'll get into that. Also, there was a headline a few days ago that a passenger had died in Airport Immigration Hall in Jamaica. And there's also 16-year-old Alicia Henry, who went missing in Jamaica. So right now, they are working assiduously on missing children, the protection of children in Jamaica, because this thing is kind of getting out of hand now. Children go missing all over the world every day, but, you know, unless they really try to stem what's going on, who the perpetrators are, we'll be talking about that at 7 o'clock at 7:30. What a way to take you into Carlene Davis's release scheduled for tomorrow. And that song is titled You've Got a Friend. We want to hear the spin-off for that. So stick and stay with me. 914-600-4228. That's the telephone number to call me here in the Linkage Radio Station. Also, those of you who are listening on 104.5, 101.7, 88.9, and 90.1, I appreciate you. Let's get to yard, shall we, to Jamaica.
Special people, a place where champions grow, a magical vibe, so much more than you will ever know. You can't ignore the music, reggae so profound, and when it comes to the track, you know that Jamaica won't back down. On top of the world, we're more than just an island in the sun, a great nation. Bob Marley said, welcome everyone.
Indeed, it is a great nation. Wouldn't you agree? Well, I'm from Jamaica. I'm great. You're not great. You had better declare your own greatness, you know, because nobody's going to do it for you. Welcome to Fast Facts on Things Jamaican. The role of curry powder in Jamaican cuisine. Hands up all who love curry. Curry this, curry that. Curry everything, a dash of curry, as we say. We love Jamaican curry, don't we? Jamaican cuisine is more. I'm sorry, let me read that again for you. I do apologize. I'm in a vibe. Jamaican cuisine is about more than coconuts and Scotch bonnet pepper. People aren't familiar with the history of the Caribbean, are often surprised at the pervasive presence of curries in Jamaican cuisine. Curry arrived in Jamaica and the rest of the region via East Asian workers that were shipped there by the British Empire, mostly during the 19th century. Asian cooking traditions meshed well with a lot of the West African cuisine already present at the time and evolved into the modern Caribbean-style curry we love today. Now, how is Caribbean curry powder different? Let me tell you. Sit by me here. Come over some more. Sit down next to me, right? When you're making any Caribbean curry dish, it's important not to substitute an Indian curry powder and assume that everything will be fine. While they might look relatively similar at first glance, you'll notice that Jamaican curry includes pimento, or allspice, which gives the curry a distinctive flavor. How is curry powder used in Jamaica? As with any cooking tradition, the best way to figure out what works is to try it. In the Caribbean, curry dishes incorporate a variety of other popular Jamaican flavors like ackee, goat, and shrimp. meat cuisines. The most prolific curry dish is, of course, chicken curry, but Jamaican cuisine isn't about to restrict you to chicken. The strong flavor profile of curry powder goes perfectly with more flavorful meats like beef and pork. And we especially want to recommend our curry goat recipe. Goat is one of the most common meats eaten outside the Western world, and it's high time that it was introduced to American dining tables. You've gone to some American restaurants, haven't you? And they say they give you curry. And you're tasting it and you're like, They say no, and you know us, how we dramatic. We'll say no, sir. This one them no catch this one at all. Let's talk about seafood curries. If you're not a meat eater or you're just looking for something a bit lighter, all the great options await in the realm of seafood. Curry fish and curry shrimp make a perfect, flavorful alternative to spicier dishes like jerk shrimp for people who don't get as excited about the Scotch bonnet pepper. Oh, yes. So, that's a bit for you about our thing, what we do, and we do it well. It's all about our curry. And if you don't know nothing about it, or somebody cook it to you and you're like, but my grandmother cook it so and so. And the person said, well, that was your grandmother. And you said, my grandmother can cook. 4 minutes to 7 o'clock. It's the curry fight. People brag about their dishes, how they cook it well. I always say, no, I can do a little stove up, but I'm not going out there to tell anybody how I can cook. Because you have some chefs out there that when they taste your stuff, they're going to start tell you, oh, you never put in so and so. And you didn't put in. Our Lady D, me no know if you catch it right. And they'll start critiquing. Right, Chris? Hey, Bet. And so, we have to kind of not too show up about the cooking part. Let them tell you what they think. But again, if you have been cooking for a very long time and you think you have it down pat, then nobody can take that away from you. You know.
Don't you ever forget that.
That's a wrap for Fast Facts on Things Jamaica.
Oh my God.
Curry, Jamaica curry.
No.
Yeah.
They can shake us. No.
2 minutes to 7 o'clock.
We're rooted and grounded, protected by God. Heaven knows we are. We're more than just an island in the sun. A great nation. Oh, God, we say, welcome everyone to Jamaica.
Yeah, I just took you to Yard, to Jamaica, to the Rock, to the Irie place. To Cool No Man. You ever really hear us speak though? Like when we are together and just having fun and vibing, and you hear the different accents from the different parishes. No matter how speechify you become, at some point, your native accent comes out. So if you're from Westmoreland and you're talking and you use the bende, or like I was raised in Clarendon, in Pennance, and I still use nay. Like I'll say, me nay no. It comes out. Or something that's indicative to where you were raised on the island. And I'm talking about Jamaica now, because we know other islands across the region, a similar vein, right, dictates. But you can tell that there's something different. But I don't know about you. But those of us who are residing here in the U.S., right? Even if somebody comes from Jamaica, just come up for a few weeks or something like that, and they're talking, they still don't sound like you because you live here now. No matter how you think you hear a chat up a patois kind of stuff, it's still not as rich as living there, speaking the dialect. We not talk English now. We all know English. But I'm talking about the way we the camaraderie between us, how it just so flavorful and colorful. which takes me into 7 o'clock. So, hello, everybody. Good evening to you. Welcome. I just took you to my fast facts on things Jamaican. And, here on the show, I bring you a multiplicity of features international, local, music. But I always have something that I know about, and that's my island home, Jamaica. So I'd like to welcome you. It's 7 o'clock. Set your watches and your clocks. Of course, we do have our sponsor, Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant. Have you stopped by lately? Or you want to put in your order? Well, it is Thursday today, and I guarantee you, if you go on over there, you can get your chili wings. Now, I'm not in the meat department, but those of you who are, meat lovers, you can get your fried chicken, your jerk chicken, or your brown stew fish. Something nice going on over there. 1 minute after 7 o'clock, I'd like to welcome you to the segment that is, of course, my news pick for the week. Those of you who are avid news buffs, you just can't help yourself. You're tuned in to every major network and local network you can find to hear and to compare the headlines that you've read, and to make the comparison, as to which journalist wrote this and whose is most profound, and, the content and all that. So let's talk this evening, because I came across a headline. Now, they did not say. Well, we know what's buzzing here in the U.S., okay? So I'm going to just say blah, blah. We know what's buzzing here. Chris Curry Cofoot. Oh, man. Sharon Cammy say, if it's not done right, sorry for your belly. That is true. We know how curry go. People burn curry and all kind of stuff. All right, so let's get into our news coming out of Jamaica. A news that I thought was interesting, and it would direct you to have that discussion, with people about going back to Jamaica, what to expect, how things can just happen. And this comes out of Montego Bay. The Ministry of Health and Wellness has reported that a traveler passed away in the immigration hall at the Sangster International Airport shortly upon arrival to the island, and that was on the 16th of June. The deceased is a 62-year-old Jamaican woman who arrived on the Delta Airways flight from Atlanta, USA. The ministry said that health personnel on site made resuscitation efforts. However, the woman was pronounced dead at the Cornwall Regional Hospital at approximately 2:36 p.m. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton has expressed his most profound regret at the passing of the traveler and has shared his condolences. Arrangements are being made for the passengers' direct family members to access counseling. That's really, really, really sad. Now, they did not disclose, of course, they could not at the time, the cause of her death. And I'm sure that must have been frightening for the people sitting in the hall, wouldn't you say? No matter how you think you're strong. All right, taking you to another headline that I have. Sigh of relief or slippery slope, advocates and opponents react to DACA ruling. Let's talk about that. The U.S. Supreme Court issued a decision Thursday that extends the life of DACA, the Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals program. The ruling was a big surprise to many, including DACA recipients who worried they might soon face deportation. Quote, I couldn't believe it, Emma Charlotte Barron, a DACA recipient who will be starting law school at the University of North Texas in the fall, told NPR member station Kira in Dallas. Barron said that when the decision came down, she ran to check the Supreme Court website. The writing on the wall was that we were all going to be mourning and not celebrating today. President Barack Obama announced the program in 2012. It allows people who were brought to the U.S. illegally as children to live and work in the country, but it does not provide a path to citizenship. In a 5-4 ruling, Chief Justice John Roberts and the court's 4 liberal justices said the Department of Homeland Security's decision to rescind DACA was arbitrary and capricious. Quote, "I'm happy, I'm super excited," said Jose Tayyub, a DACA recipient and nurse who works in the intensive care unit at an El Paso, Texas hospital. He cared for victims of the mass shooting there in August and now for COVID-19 patients. "It feels like I can do what I love to do, what I want to do with my life," he told NPR member station KTEP in El Paso for now. The court's decision was a blow-up to Trump's effort to end DACA. These horrible and politically charged decisions coming out of the Supreme Court are shotgun blasts into the face of people that are proud to call themselves Republicans or conservatives, Trump tweeted. "We need more justices or we will lose our Second Amendment and everything else. Vote Trump 2020. Do you get the impression that the Supreme Court doesn't like me?" he added. Department of Homeland Security Acting Secretary Chad Wolf said the ruling usurps the clear authority of the executive branch to end unlawful programs. Quote, "DACA recipients deserve closure and finality surrounding their status here in the U.S. Unfortunately, today's Supreme Court decision fails to provide that certainty," end quote. Wolf said in a statement, the DACA program was created out of thin air and implemented illegally. The American people deserve to have the nation's laws faithfully executed as written by their representatives in Congress, not based on the arbitrary decisions of a past administration. And the headline continues. Let me know what your thoughts are. 914-600-4228. I know that in our West Indian community, there are thousands and thousands of children, young adults, who were brought here early in life and they felt like they were going to get stuck, that nothing was going to happen for them because the president was adamant that he wanted this program gone, shut down. You know, you name it, debunked. We could find every adjective to use. But today, he got a wake-up call, and since then, he has been verbally scrambling all over the place, trying to get people on board. You and I already know that there are people who are on board with him. You're never going to get away from that. The entire nation would certainly not be supporting one party. Fair enough? And so this is a great opportunity, and it is likely that, you know, he's going to ramp up another reason to make an appeal. However, this is a good start. And I don't know about you, but I'm very, very excited for them because many of these people are in this country. They're not lazy. They have worked. They have gone to school. And some of them came when the going was good. So there are certain prerequisites that they met. But going forward into universities and so on, where, you know, your status dictates if you get in or not, then it would have been unfortunate for them. Because you hear this young man is a doctor, as noted in this article. And so he's pursuing, wanting to be he's a nurse. I do apologize for that. He's a nurse. And so he wants to have his accreditation in place and go live his life and do his thing. You know what I mean? So it does benefit a lot of people. The entire world has been going through immigration. It's not just the U.S. There was a time when Canada, oh my God, if you went to Canada, people knew that you were cautioned when going to Canada because it was a rigid system. Back in the 70s particularly, they would literally walk around and find people and send them back to their countries and all of that kind of thing. And the U.S. wasn't doing that. A lot of people who are here can tell you that they came here and they were able to zoops those who were farm workers. After certain years of consistency and continuity being a worker, you could, after a while, they granted you a visa. So, there was a time, but things change, haven't they? Yes, they have. Let's move to another headline. And again, if you'd like to call and discuss the headline with me, you may do that. It's open just for you, 914-600-4228. Officers charged in Rayshard Brooks's death turned themselves in. Well, we say it's about time. Garrett Rolfe and Devin Brosnan, the arresting officers involved in the shooting death of Rayshard Brooks, turned themselves in on Thursday. The men were booked separately Thursday at the Fulton County Jail in Atlanta. I do apologize for that. Prosecutors on Wednesday filed 11 counts against Rolfe, the white officer who shot the 27-year-old black man in the back during an attempted arrest last week. Among the charges he faces is felony murder, which carries the prospect of execution or life in prison without parole. His fellow arresting officer, Brosnan, faces 4 counts, including aggravated assault, and if convicted, could spend up to 20 years in prison. Rolfe was fired from the department after Brooks's killing, and Brosnan, who stood on Brooks's shoulder after he was shot, according to the prosecutor, was placed on administrative desk duty. Quote, all too often, African Americans are denied justice in these situations, even though the world sees that justice should have been given. End quote. L. Chris Stewart, an attorney for Brooks's family, told NPR's Morning Edition on Thursday. Quote, let the criminal justice system play out, and for once the victim is getting the first place of justice, end quote. At the same time, the Atlanta Police Department has been roiled by the charges against 2 of its own. On Wednesday night, the department acknowledged that it was dealing with a higher than usual number of call-outs among the officers. In a statement Wednesday, the department clarified that while earlier suggestions that multiple officers from each zone had walked off the job were inaccurate, the overnight shift had seen enough absences that officials adjusted resources to adapt. Quote, we do have enough officers to cover us through the night, end quote. Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms told CNN on Wednesday. Quote, our streets won't be any less safe because of the number of officers who called out, but it is just my hope again that our officers will remember the commitment they made when they held up their hand and they were sworn in as police officers, end quote. Vince Champion, the Southeast Regional Director of the International Brotherhood of Police Officers, a national union representing many of the Atlanta officers, did not respond immediately to NPR's request for comment. In a conversation with CNN on Thursday, however, Champion said those who called out or simply stopped answering calls mid-shift did so in protest. He didn't offer specific numbers, noting that the union was not aware of the intention to do so beforehand, but he said he understands the frustration. Quote, they're just fed up, end quote, he told the network. I mean, their mayor has come out and said everything that they used to do with use of force is not valid. Don't do it. So I don't know how we defend ourselves when people want to fight us. The fact that, let me run to the phone line. Good evening to you. Welcome to the segment here inside the zone.
Good evening, Lady Bees.
Good evening, my dear Glovia.
How are you?
Good.
Yes. Pertaining to this DACA program, I was so happy to hear this news. I am so happy for them. You know, this person went in office just, if he could have break out every wall at the White House and fling it out a door, out a street, that's what he went in there bent on to do. As long as ex-President Obama's name
is attached to it.
Yes, that's what he's all about. Because he couldn't give a good reason why he wanted to dismantle this program, this thing for the kids. He couldn't come up with something substantial to say, well, this is that and this is that. And as a matter of fact, he doesn't have a plan. This man that was working have a book come out, and he's saying lie and things like that. He doesn't have a plan, and it's more than one person. Keep saying that.
Yes.
This girl that acted on the show that he had said some of the people were afraid when he's going to talk what he's going to say, but because everybody's so afraid, Rosa.
Omarosa, yes.
Omarosa. But nobody won't go to this gentleman and say, all right, we don't want this on the curtain, but let us do it that way. He's just a one-man band by himself.
Right, and so
he's just doing things by himself. I've never seen something like that.
It's
you
weird.
know?
Weird.
And the other day he was comparing himself that he and the ex-president is at least they're in agreement with something. You know, I've spoken to people who are educated more than myself and just getting a good laugh at him in the evening. Because
you know, people...
I don't listen to him. I don't listen to what he's saying because as much as I am not, you know, but I know that I don't want to listen to those things that he's saying.
Yes.
You know, so thank God that somebody sees and working on these children's behalf. God bless you,
all right,
Lady B. Nice program as usual.
Thank you. Bless you too.
You're welcome.
Okay, bye-bye. 914-600-4228. You have some thoughts on this DACA issue here. What are your thoughts? Let me know. I'm here until 7:30. We have a discussion, or rather, I have a discussion with Carlene Davis, and we'll be talking about her upcoming release of You've a song that she has here. Let me run to the line. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Lady D, and good evening to everyone. Gloria, how are you, my friend?
Hi there, Pat.
Yes. How are you? Yes, I do share the sentiments with Gloria. You know, anything that Obama's name is attached to, he just wants to dismantle and get rid of. But you know what? I am so happy that the judges rule in favor of these poor citizens, because even with COVID, we see where the money that was earmarked for the American Indians, you see, quite a few $1 billion. We see where Mnuchin has held on to that money.
Yes.
And they seem to inadvertently send that money, $38 billion to Israel. What Israel need our money for? What is this for? Is this a quid pro quo? You know, I don't know. But anyway, he suffered 2 failures this week. You know, was it Monday?
Yes.
With the LGBTQ, you know, the judges, they ruled in their favor that they're entitled to medical benefits, among other things. So that was a major loss for him. And then today, this is a major, major slap in the face. But, you know, we serve a God.
Amen.
And we see that what was being done to these people, it's a way outright. So I'm very happy that this is a celebration for these folks, because it could have been us. We are immigrants.
Absolutely.
You know, and if the shoe happened if the ball happened to fall in our court, you know, then we would have to be sympathetic and empathize with others. So I'm happy for that victory.
Yes, yes. Thank you, Pat.
You're welcome. All right. Where is Chris today? I didn't hear Chris today.
Oh, we didn't really schedule to be together this evening because, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
But
Okay, bye-bye now.
He's in the chat somewhere. I saw him.
I see him. I'm going to respond to him. Okay.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Okay. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Bye. Inside the Zone with Lady D. Denise Gomez. It is center stage today, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. And so they're hearing your voice. You call me, somebody will hear you. Did I not say, unless you make yourselves visible, nobody will know you. Nobody will know you. Nobody will see you. Chris, somebody is calling out for you. So Pat says, hi, Chris. I don't know if you're still listening, but we want to say hi to all those of you who are listening to us this evening. 104.5, 101.7, 88.9, 90.1, Touch FM Radio. How are you? Moving along here, because I have 10 minutes before Carlene Davis calls in. But again, it is my Gospel Thursday, so I do have more music for you. The show is brought to you by Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Narita Avenue in the Bronx.
Woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Thought you couldn't make it, yet your future looks so far-fetched. Abused and they rob you, take away your innocence, take away your innocence. Oh yes, you lost your way now, and you lose your confidence. But your future shining bright and brighter every day. Whoa. But I see the greatness and blessing in you. Your beauty and virtue, woman, so pure. Don't settle for less. Make the sky your limit. This sacrifice you made will one day pay. Oh yeah, woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Standing in the gap, you know I'm sorry for all the wrong that was done to you. And I pray that life brings you joy in everything you do. You're someone special, can you believe it? You're God's masterpiece, what a gem in his eyes, yeah. Woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Say big up all the ladies, you are excellent. You're worth more than diamonds and pearls. Big up all the ladies all around the world, mothers, wives and daughters. Say big up all the ladies, you are excellent. You're worth more than diamonds and pearls. Big up all the ladies all around the world, mothers, wives and daughters. Woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Woman, I see great value in you. And if them not go see it, I want you to know that I do. Say, woman, I see.
Not yet, Tommy.
Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. It is center stage today, the platform where voices are heard and people connect. Coming up at 7:30 p.m., we have 1 minute to go. The segment is called What's Happening. Minister Carlene Davis has exciting news live from Jamaica of her scheduled release, You've Got a Friend, tomorrow, June 19th. 29 minutes after 7 o'clock. My name is Denise Lady D. Gomez. Hello, everyone. And I go to the phone line because my guest is online with me. Good evening, Carlene.
Hey, Lady D, God bless you. Good to be in the zone.
Of course, good to have you. My regards to your husband, Tommy Cowan of Glory Music.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, he's right here. Just say hi, Tommy.
Yes, indeed.
Yes,
Lady
indeed.
D.
Yes, indeed, Tommy. Nice hearing you both. How are you doing?
We're great. We're great. We're giving thanks. You know, we're just thankful that we can link up this way, you know, in these special times that we find ourselves in, and that we can still connect and just acknowledge that, you know, God is good.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for What's Happening. Online with me is Minister Carlene Davis, live from Jamaica. She's a household name in Jamaica and across the world, and no stranger to the platform called Inside the Zone with Lady D, Denise Gomez. For those of you tuning in on my YouTube channel, I'd like to say share the word that Carlene is on, and those of you on 104.5, 101.7, 88.9, and 90.1, share the word. We're going to have a great conversation this evening. Carlene, something absolutely fabulous is coming up. Wonderful is coming up tomorrow, and usually when something great is coming up, the word has to be told. It has to be shared, and
that's right.
You know, it couldn't come at a better time, believe me, because when I saw the name of this release for the song, I'm like, wow, what an appropriate timing, because in all that is happening now, somebody needs somebody, right?
We need each other. It's like we are our brother's keeper. We need to remind ourselves that this is who we are. You know that there's a very well-known song that says people who need people are the luckiest people. But I've come to know that people who need people are the blessed people in the world.
That's right. And so I'd like you to greet our audience, and let's start talking about this big event tomorrow.
Well, tomorrow, I street release of a brand new single called You've Got a Friend. It will be out on VPAL and VP Records and all the digital downloads. And we just really wanted to give in this time. And when the lockdown came, my husband and I thought, God, what can we do? We're on our knees, we're praying, we're believing God for breakthrough, for healing, and just to encourage our brothers and sisters and each other. And I said, what can we do? I don't want to just be silent here. And as we were putting our list together of things to do for May, I said, well, we do have a song. It's been recorded,
yes.
Mastered, and ready to go, but we didn't do anything about it from last year. So we both came into agreement and say, let us do something. Let's release this song. And we contacted VP Records, and they were all excited to go along with it. So went in the studio with the likes of Lloyd Parks, famous Lloyd Parks from We the People, on bass. Dave Primetime Green, one of my musicians that I tour with, I work with all the time. Robbie Lynn, another established legendary keyboardist. And of course, Pam Hall. I'm sure you might remember Pam Hall, great vocalist. She's still doing her thing, and we all came together and she worked with me on the back vocals. So it's a beautiful song, written by a beautiful woman, Carol King, who's such a great songwriter. You know, and you know, Lady D, when I researched her, I've always enjoyed her music, but there are some songs that I didn't know she actually wrote. When I researched, this woman has done songs like Up on the Roof, you know, the song by the Drifters. And the Locomotion. Da-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee, the Locomotion. You understand me? Will You Still Love Me Tomorrow? Woman, there's another big song that Aretha Franklin did. You Made Me Feel Like a Natural Woman. Those are all her songs. So I said, God, I'd like to, not only will I try and put my spin on it, but just pay tribute to this great singer, female singer-songwriter, you know, Carol King.
And while we're talking, our audience, they must be wondering, so Lady D and Carleen, where is this song? So I'd like to introduce the song to you right now, ladies and gentlemen. Scheduled for release tomorrow, June 13th. You've Got a Friend by Carleen Davis.
Amen.
Amen. And, you know, something, while we are here and, you know, we are going through this season here, which is not an easy time, but all things are possible, right?
With God, all things are possible. And that's really what the song is about, you know, to say, you know, when you're down and troubled and you need some loving care, call on me.
Yes.
I'll be there.
Yes.
You know, you've got a friend.
Absolutely.
And as you know, we've been told the families have to stay home. And we hear of the conversation is out there that people are struggling staying home with each other because they're not accustomed to being together 24/7. But I'd like to encourage them, to remind them this is the moment that we must embrace each other, get to know more about each other. Now that the busy schedule has been toned down somewhat, we can take the time and really understand the purpose of why we exist as a family.
That's right. That's right. Stick and stay with me. Don't go anywhere. All right, Carleen, I'm taking it from the top for you.
Pull up, pull up, pull up.
Right. Okay, here we go.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me. And soon I will be there to brighten up even your darkest night. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. If the sky above you should grow dark and full of clouds, and that old north wind it begins to blow, just keep your head together and call my name out loud, and soon you'll hear me knocking at your door. All you gotta do is call out my name, and you know wherever I am.
You know something, Carlene? These are the kinds of songs where you don't even want to do any interruptions or anything. You just want to keep going and going. Charmaine Smith says, tune real nice, Carlene. Your voice still sweet.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Charmaine. Thank you so much.
You know,
go ahead.
No, I was about to say that what I liked in your introduction of the song, you said that your husband and yourself, you came together, and there's power in agreement as we know it. So
That's right.
even though people are familiar with this song, the fact that you came together and you respect the artist, but you certainly have something to share with people so that while they're going through their challenges, you're reminding them that one, there is God. Two,
That's right.
You know, two, they need to reach out and touch somebody's
Yes.
hand as well. So share a little more about what tomorrow will entail, because we want to have a vivid imagination. We won't be there with you to bask in this launch tomorrow of your spin-off of You've Got a Friend.
Well, I have a few radio interviews to do, and it will be remote just as it is here with you, because I'll be all the way in Treasure Beach, St. Elizabeth, basking by the sea.
Right.
I'm just heading out with the family, and it's the perfect day as we launch and release this song into the atmosphere. We can, just celebrate God's goodness, because we've all been in a particular place, locked away, not able to go anywhere. And you can imagine, as Jamaicans, where the beach is like a stone throw away in certain parts of the island, and you can't go because they're all closed,
Right.
And now they have opened up. It's like Thank you, Lord. Father's Day is upon us on Sunday, and it's just time for the family to just come together and exhale and at the same time appreciate each other, you know, call on each other, respect each other's space at the same time, and keep doing what we do, what we're passionate about, and is that to sing songs that elevate the hearts of people, that bring people together, you know, and knowing that when we sing these songs, it will make them feel better about themselves. And I've always lived that. I always believe that. And so some of the interviews that I'll be doing, it will be relating to, you know, the lifestyle of a celebrity, so to speak, as I launch this album. I didn't come up with the name; they did. It's part of a radio show, but I'll be part of that in the release process. Yes.
Well, we congratulate you, and I know it's a team effort, you know, and you've both, your husband and yourself, you've been in this business for some time. You've seen the wonders of this industry, and you've seen the pitfalls of it as well.
That's right. We've been challenged too. I can't say it's always been an uphill, but because we believe this is what we're called to do. So, you know, when one door is closed, we know another one will be open as we continue to look to the Lord, who will, you know, show us the way, because it's only through Him and by Him that we are going to get through our challenges, especially in this season.
Well, have yourself a fabulous day tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
And all the best with You've Got a Friend. And we will just sit and rock and close our eyes and just picture, you know, Jesus and people and everything. And it all comes together for the greater good.
Yes. Because He says He sticks to us closer than a brother. He's a friend who will never leave us nor forsake us. He said, I no longer call you servant, I call you friend. Because when you're in a relationship with the Lord Jesus Christ, He says, I no longer call you servant, I call you my friend. And that's the friend we all need today. So you can look me up on Instagram. I'm Carleen Davis Music. I can be reached. You'll see the links for pre-sale or sales for the single, and encourage somebody. Get somebody linked up with this song as you go along through the digital download platform. Yeah.
So nice to hear you. May I just say a quick hi to Tommy, please?
He just popped out.
Okay, he MIA'd on me, but that's all right. I'm so happy I was able to have you here with me talking about You've Got a Friend. So blessings, a lot of blessings.
But if you want me to hook you up as soon as he comes back, we can do that. Because I know you have some stuff to talk about coming up further down in the year. So if you'd like that, that's no problem.
All right, no problem. I end at 8, so if it has to be shortly.
Sure, it's shortly for sure, yes.
All right.
Okay then. God bless you, Lady D. Thank you so much, and keep on doing, and encourage the hearts of your listeners. Yes.
Thank you. God bless
Thank you.
Okay.
God bless you too. Yes, bye-bye.
When you're down and troubled and you need some love and care, and nothing is going right. Close your eyes and think of me, and soon I will be there to brighten
I would say this is a beautiful rendition, wouldn't you?
even your darkest night.
It will be released tomorrow, June 19th. You've Got a Friend, Carleen Davis. You know, I'm going to say something. A lot of people who have seen and heard, people who were really ingrained into whether it's dance hall or soca or some genre, and, you know, they accepted Christ. They had that encounter, which is an encounter that nobody else can talk about but you, right? Nobody else can speak about but you. And a lot of times when these people accept Christ, we want to give a timeline as to when they won't persist. The walk that they have started will not continue. I can never tell why, because when you decide to do something good, that's the time you should really be encouraging people. But a lot of people tend to just say, oh, me give him so and so, or me give her so and so. But many have lived to see, by the grace of God, these artists. When you hear Papa San talk about his story, or I saw Junior Tucker share his story, you know, you have to say to yourself, man, and to see they thought they wouldn't survive. It's almost like you think they have to survive in this salvation experience and walk. But, you know, God's grace is good, and he has kept them, and so is Carleen. We all know Carleen used to do our thing out there, and then she met the Lord, and she has never turned back. She continues, and she uses her craft well. So we have to keep praying for them, because, you know, nobody is perfect. Let me pinch myself here. Not a soul perfect. Okay, so we have to encourage each other. It is Gospel Thursday. 7:49, more gospel for you. Because we got to wind it down nice and easy with some praise. How about that?
Know that you've got a friend, 'cause people can be so cold. They'll hurt you and desert you. Oh, they'll take your soul if you let them. But don't you let them. You just call out my name, and you know wherever I am, I'll come running to see you again. Oh, winter, spring, summer, or fall. All you've gotta do is call, and I'll be there. Yes, I will. You've got a friend. You've got a friend. And ain't it good to know you've got a friend? Pretty good to know that you've got a friend. You've got a friend. And good to know, you got a friend in me. You got a friend in me. You got a friend. It's all about you. It's all about love. It's all about love. It's all
Ah, wonderful. Man, wonderful. Congrats, Carleen. Good job. We welcome everyone tuning in for the last 8 minutes of the show. You know, better late than never. It's my Gospel Thursday. And, of course, it mixed with news and information and, you know, a little piece of this and a little piece of that. You know, I have to ensure that I meet the needs of everybody to the best of my ability. That is 7:52 p.m. You ready for some more music? Want to take the journey with me? It's some more music? I think so. Wayne Marshall's Glory to God.
whenever I fall, you lift me up. Glory to thee, oh God. Our Redeemer, saving grace. I know I'm not worthy to see your face. I try hard, but I make mistakes. You're still by my side every step that I take. Through every heartache, you get the praise. You are my guide, I'm a shield always.
Let's do this. Let's do this. Good evening.
Hey, here's Mr. Cowan.
Okay.
Hold on. Tommy.
Yes.
Hey, Tommy.
Uh-huh.
How
Yes,
you doing?
Lady D.
How are you?
I'm good, you know. I'm giving thanks. Yes.
Okay, okay. I know a lot is going on there, and a lot goes on here, and we're going on together. So
Yes.
yes. So, what quick updates do you have for us?
What quick update?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will let you know this. Well, you know, Fun in the Sun
Yes.
is happening in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And in a similar fashion with which we are hoping to do it in Jamaica comes the 15th of, or the Saturday before the 18th
Okay.
of August. So we are going virtual, and you know, even though things are looking dim in the world and all of that,
Yes.
I think virtual will mean that we'll be able to reach more people.
Absolutely.
You know, because even like for New York, where you'd probably have around 10,000 persons
Yes.
in attendance, you know, you can probably be reaching out to 200,000 or 300,000 people
Yes.
easily. So, I mean, in all the darkness and things that's happening, there's a light,
Yes.
you know? And it's the same thing in Jamaica when we're looking at the 18th of August, that we are hoping that we will be able to reach some 2 million people,
Man.
you know, throughout the Caribbean and in the diaspora. So, in all that is there, you know, Christ is still shining, because I believe that in spite of what we are going through and what we are seeing happening, I mean, these are times that are unprecedented. We have never been through this before, but we have to trust and believe that God is still in control. And so we are hoping for the best when it comes to the 1st of August,
Yes.
right there in the Bronx, and we're looking at Jamaica on the 18th.
Yes, and so that's a wonderful experience, because people can just sit before their television sets. If they're moving around, they have their devices that they can just pull up, tune in, be blessed. It promises to be something that's so powerful and impacting, you know. So we know that it's for to win the lost, primarily for Christ.
Right, of course.
And
but you know, it is also good that we can reach out to Christians and non-Christians alike. You know, and God's purpose will be fulfilled in this.
Yes.
But you know, it is a time of coming together and still understand that, you know, that in spite of the fact of some people who may not have accepted Christ as Lord and Savior, that we love them. You know,
Just
people of different religions, we love them. You know, and we care.
Yes.
And sometimes the world needs to just slow down, that we can really observe and see what is happening, because you know, sometimes we grow apart, but now here's a time that we are coming together. But it is so amazing, because you know, in Jamaica there's a thing that's building up that is called home church, and a lot of persons have now been gathering in their homes and having church.
Yes.
Because most of the churches are now streaming, But people are gathering now. More people are coming together for prayer meeting, more families are praying together, you know. And even though we see, even within that, we have seen some strange things happening. You know, there's a lot of domestic violence, and
yes.
people not used to being together now. But we're gonna pray over them and believe that God is gonna make marriages better, and the homes better, and the relationships better.
Yes.
You know, sometimes the devil is a liar.
Indeed.
You know, he's a thief and a deceiver at all times. So
Right.
we are not gonna let him hinder us or even discourage us.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Tommy. I just have a minute to wrap the show, but it's so nice hearing you for the words and, you know, just letting everybody know that in all things, God is present. Amen?
God is present, and it's beautiful that at this time we are able to release You've Got a Friend.
Yes.
You know? Yes.
So timely. So thank
Yes.
you so much for joining me this afternoon here inside the zone. Blessings to you both.
Blessings to you, Sister D.
All
And
right.
all the listeners, God is the way. He's the
Absolutely.
truth and the light.
Yes.
Amen?
Words.
Yes.
Amen. Thank you so much.
Amen.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, center stage, that was Tommy Cowan of Glory Music in Jamaica and his wife, Carlene Davis. Thank you so much for sticking and staying with me this evening here inside the zone. And just want everybody to know that, you know, when I'm here because this is my passion, my calling. Yeah, I'm called to do this thing. And so, you know, I want to do it well, so you can be blessed when I'm done, right? When I leave, there's something you walk away with. You would have learned something, be impacted by something I said or something I played or, you know, something. So thank you so much. Thanks to Cooler Runnings Jamaican Restaurant, 1802 Nereid Avenue in the Bronx. Thank you so much. Stop by, place your order with them, or call them 718-324-7484. Corey's Eats, 3762 Boston Road, Bronx, New York, 347-947-9200. Fried chicken, stew fish, place your order today. Thanks to Touch FM Radio 90.1, Sign FM 88.9, Linkage Radio 104.5, 101.7. You're always here. As always, love yourselves, love your children. And remember, in everything you do, it is the will of God.
You're locked on to the number
concerning your life. As always, love you, everyone.